Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel Hari Sadhana 108. Sorry, due to some health issues I couldn't record for a few days. Today I will be reading last part of this book. It really makes me sad. In previous part we saw how Sri Ram were tirelessly working to complete Mata Sita's wishes. How Sri Ram connected Anasuya and Ajit. Anasuya tells Ajit about his previous life that she had heard from Soma. Continuing, "You are telling me this now? After so many years?" he exclaimed. I don't know why I had never shared this before, but for some unknown reason, I had thought to keep this knowledge locked in my heart. Perhaps it was only for my ears I had reasoned. "Did you not tell me that day that we should look to the future and not to the past?" I asked him with a reassuring smile. "And that is what I have done, Ajit. I am so grateful that Mata and Sri Ram brought us together in this life. I think they have arranged so much more than we know." His shock turned to joy, and he said, "Thank you, Anasuya, for sharing this now. It gives me great happiness and peace to know that I served in Mithila and was known to Mata. But aren't we all known to her, every being on earth? I think we cannot even imagine all that they have done and are still doing. Someone once told me that Mata and Sri Ram would be even more active, more effective once they released their physical forms, that they would be able to do more. I heard that from someone. Perhaps it was Soma. I just can't remember. The years passed. My daughters were all married, and Ajit had left his physical form. I was quite old. For the last time, I made my way down to the sacred Saryu River, which was more crowded these days. Markets had sprung up. Boatmen, salesmen, and women shoppers lined the shores. I found a quiet spot and sat down, leaning back against a tree. I watched the river for a few moments and then closed my eyes and let my mind wander. The words that Mata Sita had spoken to me that night I slept in Soma's hut returned. She had asked if I wanted to help create the new society. "But what have I done, Mata?" I silently asked her. "I have only loved you. I have done nothing more." I felt myself drifting off. The darkness melted and a scene appeared before me. A woman struggled in the river, fighting for life as the river engulfed her and washed her further and further from the shore. I felt the water pulling, as if it were I who was gasping for breath. As I was about to go under, I saw a very stately and dignified man staring out at me from the river's edge. He seemed to be commanding the waves to release me, and they obeyed. The waves drove me closer to the shore until a final wave deposited me onto the sandy bank. He lifted my drenched and shaking body, and I looked up at him. I felt such care and love emanate from him. The scene shifted. The woman and few other women servants were standing by the side of a chariot. Their expressions were sad, as they were preparing to leave the only home they had ever known. The same man who had rescued the woman from drowning now called them over and embraced them, saying, "You too are my daughters." Then she appeared, Rajkumari Sita, youthful and ever so beautiful, dressed in her royal garments. Such joy flowed from her, and her beaming smile chased away any sadness the woman felt. I awoke with a start. "That was me," I murmured. "That was me. The woman drowning. The woman servant taking her leave. That was me." Wanting to return to the scene, to see that life once again, I closed my eyes, but nothing more revealed itself before my inner sight. a realization came to me that Mata had fulfilled my last desire to recall a memory of Mithila. Thank you, Mata, I whispered. I will remember this always. My mind drifted. How have I helped to build your society, Mata? I have done nothing but love my husband, love my children, try to help those in need. I heard a response. All I have ever asked of you is to love. That is how we create the new society, one based on love. His love, my love. These words slowly faded into the background, and I began to hear the quiet movement of my breath in and out. I heard the gentle lapping of the waves, rising up and sinking down. My breath seemed to synchronize with the water as I listened to the gentle sounds coming from within and without, like a humming, ever so slight, until I could no longer distinguish between the rise of my breath and the rise of the waves. Was I my breath? Or was I the waves? Or were we one? The sounds became even more distant, even fainter, but I continued to listen. In and out came my breath. In and out came the waves, smaller and less discernible and less frequent, until there was no more sound and no more breath. One more life falls away, but all that was learned and all that was loved continues, helping to frame and guide the new life that is to emerge. I look behind and see a long trails of lives stretching back to beyond what the mind has conceived, what the mind can conceive. I look ahead and see how many more imprints need to fulfill themselves, flickers of light on the great ocean of being. Jai Shri Ram. Let's continue spreading love, compassion, and empathy, as said by Mata and Shri Ram. Let me know your comments on this last part, on this book altogether. Do listen and understand what Prabhu and Mata's Leelas are. Bye bye. Have a nice day.